Okay, good to go.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining the session. And today's session is all about Marketing Cloud. So, would like to know your experience with the Marketing Cloud. Is it that you just heard about the Marketing Cloud, or are you already working in the Marketing Cloud, but at the starter level, or you're already experienced with the Marketing Cloud? If you can post it in the chat, that would be great. And just a little bit about me before we get started. So Manoj has already given an intro about me. So I've been in the ecosystem for around 10 plus years, in the IT industry for more than 16, 18 years, I believe so. So I'm a marketing champion and the Golden Hoodie recipient. I'm the founder and the co-leader of the Marketers Cloud, Marketers user group in Phoenix. And I'm also the founder of the Impact Force and the Marketing Cloud Learning Camp. I would talk a bit about the Marketing Cloud Learning Camp. If anybody is new to the Marketing Cloud, and I see many people are just not much experienced, but a little bit experienced and also just heard about it. So if you are planning to learn Marketing Cloud Learning Camp has a lot of boot camps and many sessions that we have done in the past, and also we have many upcoming. So we have done the admin certification bootcamp, the Marketing Cloud admin, the developer and consultant bootcamps, and the email certification bootcamp is also coming. So why I'm telling about these certification bootcamp is each of these bootcamps are designed in a way that it not only helps one clear the certification, but also helps one learn Marketing Cloud concepts, starting from the fundamentals. So if you are planning, then I can also share the link to the YouTube channel wherein all the recordings are shared. You can also go check those recordings. And here are my social handles. Jyotsna Bitra, this is my Twitter handle. And I occasionally create some blogs and that are hosted on jbitra.com. And I'm also active on the LinkedIn. If you have any questions after this session, or you want to get in touch with me for any other clarifications, you can contact me via LinkedIn or on Twitter. And in today's session, I'm quickly go over the various features that are available in the Marketing Cloud. Firstly, we will start with what is Marketing Cloud and why it is used and what makes it a powerful automation engine, and what are all the various features that come within the Marketing Cloud. It's Marketing Cloud is a beast. So there's a lot to learn in the Marketing Cloud. So I made sure that I have this session covering all the features and also not too overwhelming. So we'll also look at various careers opportunities available in the Marketing Cloud. And if you want to get started with the Marketing Cloud, what are the resources that you can follow? And if you have any questions, whom you can contact. So all this information we are going to discuss in this session. And firstly, talking about the Marketing Cloud. Marketing Cloud is an automation tool, and it is used to deliver some relevant communications. And most often we hear the term Marketing Cloud is all about sending right messages to the right people at the right time and through the right channel. So in today's world, everything is automated, everything is on the web, and there are many ways people react, people behave to different type of content. Some people want to receive the emails, want to check the emails on their browser, and some people want to check them on their mobile devices. We need to make sure that the email renders well across all the devices. And there are many models coming up, the iPhone versions, the Android versions, and the tablets. So many ways that the customer can receive our communications, can engage with the data that is in there. So Marketing Cloud is also about delivering the content in a right way to the right people. So when they want to receive those messages, not when we want to send the messages. Let's say somebody is looking to purchase a product, then it may be the right time to send them some product recommendations and also some other products that may be helpful for them. So that is the right time to send them, and also right channel. So if they're active on the email, then email is the right channel to reach out to them. If they are more active over the text messages, then sending them text messages is the right way to communicate with them. So Marketing Cloud has a lot of automation features available. Some are available out of the box. Most of them are available out of the box. So you can leverage them and make the communications more personalized. And within the Marketing Cloud, Salesforce can be integrated, and also it has powerful features like the Journey Builder, wherein a customer can be sent regular messages over a period of time. So in a journey, we can define on day one, the person receives so-and-so communications, and after wait of 7 days, he receives the next version of the email or next version of the text message, or they can be added to a advertising studio audience. So it can be all personalized, and depending on the behavior, like depending on the engagement that the customer has, the further communications with the customer can be designed within the Journey Builder. And these are the features that are included in the Marketing Cloud. It includes most of the features that are available currently. So this comes with the Enterprise Edition. So there are 4 editions in the Marketing Cloud, which starts with Basic, Pro, Corporate, and Enterprise. Enterprise is the highest one, which includes all the builders and all the studios that are available. If we go with Basic and Pro, we may not have some of the things, like maybe the Journey Builder is not available. Only it comes with the Email Studio. If you want to send only the emails from the Marketing Cloud, you can just start out with the Basic, and then as needed, you can upgrade to the other editions. But in the Enterprise Edition, these are all the studios that come. And as you see here, there are a lot of studios and a lot of builders available within the Marketing Cloud itself. So if you are already working in the Salesforce, then you have heard about Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Community Cloud, and Experience Cloud, Commerce Cloud, and so many things. And Marketing Cloud, one of them. And within the Marketing Cloud itself, there are many other studios and builders available. Let's say the Email Studio. Email Studio is used to send out email communications. And Mobile Studio is used to send text messages. So it's not just that. When I say Email Studio is used to send out email communications, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes before we send out email communication to the customers. Let's say straight from creating the email, we need to look into various aspects like, is the email appealing? Is the email delivered to the inbox rather than to the spam? What is the delivery rate? And is there a good reputation for that IP? And what are the images? What are the what is the open rate? Are the customers clicking on the email? And if they're clicking, are they taking any action? And what is the pre-header that makes more sense? So it will encourage the customers to take action. There is so much that goes into the Email Studio. And talking just about the email, so as I said, a customer wants to receive the email. Customer may want to open the email across many devices, or it could be a browser, or it could be a Mac or a Windows, or they may want to open it on their mobile phone. And in the mobile phone, there may be different resolutions of the screen, Android version, iPhone version, and on the desktop, we have different Outlook clients as well, the Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, and so many. So on one email client, the email may render very nicely, but when it comes to Gmail, it may not render properly. So there are so much work that goes in before the email send is done. So Email Studio encompasses all of that. And then with the Mobile Studio, it's all about sending messages to the customers. It also includes creating an app and sending the push notifications to that app, and also receiving the responses, and depending on the response, making it more conversational, more interactive, and then including the contacts and using that list for some other communications. So that all comes within the mobile studio. We're going to look at each of these studios in detail in the next few slides. So basically, these are the most frequently used builders and studios. And among all these, the basic one is the email studio. For any company to get started, email is the most common and frequently used type of communication. So it starts with the email studio, and some companies, they have this mobile studio if they want to engage with the customers using the text messages as well. And some companies, they go with the advertising studio, social studio, and you see this interaction studio and distributed marketing. These are all advanced, and if the company is too much invested and they have more budget, it is a high profile client, then they will go with interaction studio. If they have multiple portfolios and they want to get the customers across all the channels, then interaction studio can be used. So we're going to look at each of these in detail. So basically, the studios are the ones that individual channels. So as you see, email studio is an individual channel to send emails. Web studio is an individual channel to create some landing pages that can be hosted on the website. Mobile studio is a channel to send messages, and advertising studio can be used to send targeted advertisements to the customers. And the builders, some of the examples are the journey builder, content builder, and contact builder. So these builders act upon the data that is already present in the studios. These are like cross-channel messaging builders. So using the journey builder, we can send an email or we can send an SMS, and we can also add them to an advertisement and target them for the next advertisements. So basically, studios are the individual channels and builders are the cross-channel messaging platforms. And as you see here, the data extension on the left, this is how the data in the Marketing Cloud is stored. So just like the way in the Salesforce, we have different objects, and in the objects, we have these fields created, and for a record, we will save all the values for those fields. The same way in the data extension, we have the attributes. We refer to them as the attributes, and we have the attributes created and we store the values for each record. And how the data comes into the Marketing Cloud is multiple ways. So it could be coming in from the Salesforce, and for that we need to do some integration between the Salesforce and the Marketing Cloud using Marketing Cloud Connect. So that's a package that is available. So we would install, and then we can have that data from the Sales Cloud or the Service Cloud flow into the Marketing Cloud. And using FTP, let's say we have the data all hosted on an external website or on an Informatica or any other data warehouse system, then we can use the FTP and we can do daily inputs to the Marketing Cloud. And this is all can be automated, just like Salesforce Connect, the Marketing Cloud Connect can be automated. The import process from the external systems to the Marketing Cloud also can be automated. And the third way is to using APIs. So let's say some event happens outside the Marketing Cloud. APIs can be created which interact with the data within the Marketing Cloud. And it also creates some records in the Marketing Cloud, updates those records in the Marketing Cloud. So using those APIs is also one other way which we can interact with the data in the Marketing Cloud. And looking at each of these studios and builders in detail. So we have briefly touched upon what an email studio is. Using email studio, we can create very rich and personalized emails. By personalized, what I mean is, let's say if I am receiving an email from a company, so I would prefer it to be more personalized. Like I would want it to look like it's coming from a person and not from an automated machine. For that, we can include some personalized aspects like hi and my first name and last name. That seems to be that it is targeted to me and not like high valued customer or dear customer or something more generic. So it can be personalized by using the first name and the last name. And also, depending on the region that we are in or depending on the product that we are interested in, the images can be displayed. So Not everyone gets the generic kind of images, only the images that they are more related to the product they are interested in. Let's say I have a pet dog, then I would be more interested to receive some images or receive some product recommendations that are related to a dog. And if I have a pet cat, then I would be more impressed to see some images related to the cat or see some product recommendations related to the cat. So that all can be personalized within the Email Studio. And Email Studio, as you see in the picture here, it comes with some elements which you can simply drag and drop into the canvas and create an email. So there are multiple ways that you can create an email. One is like start with a template and drag and drop these individual elements and configure them. Let's say if we want to have an image block somewhere, copy the image block into that respective space position, and then specify which image you want to include in there. So that's one way. And the other way is using HTML. So you can, if you are an expert in creating HTMLs, you can start out with the HTML content. You can also create a text version of the email. So if some browsers or some contacts, they want to receive the text version, they would be able to version of the email as well. So creating the emails in the email studio is much easier and simpler. And after we send the emails, we would also be able to track the performance. How many emails have been delivered, how many emails have bounced, how many opens are there, how many people have clicked, what the engagement has been. Everything we can look at the reports, email studio reports, and then we would be able to track how the email or how a particular campaign has been performing. So Email Studio by itself is a in-depth topic wherein it includes a lot of elements, right from creating the images to positioning the images and also making sure that they're all rendering properly across all the devices and all the channels. So it's a huge topic by itself. Mobile Studio, and there are three versions of the three main types of Mobile Studio. One is the Mobile Connect, that is used to send SMS messages or the MMS messages. Mobile Push is used to send push notifications. Let's say a company has created an app and the customers have installed that app, then the company can send some push notifications to the customers app. And also geofencing can be utilized when a customer has is in a specified location in specified area. The geofencing would be able to figure out their location and send them some information. Let's say they are near to a store, then it can send some information that so a Gap outlet is just nearby, maybe 7 miles, a few steps away. You can just find out these deals or these new products that are coming. So that targeted messages can be sent. And with the, you might have experienced this when you sign up for a keyword. Let's say any event shows or any place, they'll ask you to sign up for some keywords and shortcode. And when you respond to them, then you will receive some automated messages saying, if you respond using info, you will get more information. And if you want to stop receiving the communications, respond stop. If you want to be enrolled, then respond sign in. So these are some keywords that can be set within the Mobile Studio, and depending on what keyword the customer, the contact responds with, the responses can be made conversational and they can be sent to the contact. And next to Email Studio, SMS messages are the preferred way of receiving the communications because they are more timely and personalized. So when there is a reminder or an alert, a scheduled appointment confirmation or a scheduled reminder, so all time sensitive messages can be delivered using Mobile Studio. And Social Studio, it's all about monitoring, listening to the various channels, social channels, and see what the customers have been posting, or if they're having any issues, or if we want to post any content on the social channels, and all this can be done in the Social Studio. And the process also can be automated in a way that when somebody uses some word in the post that they do on the Twitter, Pinterest, or LinkedIn, or there are some channels that can be leveraged using Social Studio. And when we have them integrated, so Social Studio listens across all those channels and tracks the performance, and it automatically posts some content to those social channels. And also it will be able to analyze how their engagement has been, and how the conversion rate has been, and the customer satisfaction has been, and everything is all set in the Social Studio. Next one is the Advertising Studio, and you might have seen this. So whenever you are browsing some social channels, you would receive some targeted ads. Targeted means the ads that are more relevant to you. Let's say I have just browsed some course, and then I log into the Facebook, and in the advertisement section, I would see something that is more relevant to the course that I have searched for. So in the background, there are a lot of cookies collected, and those cookies can be used to suggest the next level of advertisements, so which are more relevant to you than just sending out advertisements generic and that may not be relevant. So using the Advertisement Studio, so we can use the existing customers contacts that are already in the Marketing Cloud and send them some advertisements in the social channels like Facebook, Google Plus, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and there are some channels that can be integrated. So on those channels, we can send targeted advertisements, and not only that, we can also look for lookalike audiences or the similar audiences. Let's say I live in one region and my interest is so and so, and my gender is so and so, and my the advertisements that are targeted to me also can be targeted to the person who is similar to me, to my profile. Let's say the person is also living in the same region and also has the product interest. So the new contact who is not already in the Marketing Cloud can also be targeted with advertisements, and they can be brought back into the Marketing Cloud. So that's one of the greatest benefit of using Advertising Studio. We can target not only the contacts that are already existing within our system, but we can also find some similar audiences and we can also target them. And since it is all available within the same platform, Marketing Cloud Studio itself, Marketing Cloud, and we have these different studios, and Advertising Studio also can be accessed from within the Marketing Cloud. And when the Sales Cloud is integrated, and all that data can be used for the Advertising Studio as well. And this advertising activities can be included in the Journey Builder. Journey Builder is a customized, personalized set of communications that we send out to the customers. So we can, it can be a cross-channel. Using the Journey Builder, we can send out emails, SMS, and advertising. Creating ad audiences is also one thing which we can include in the Journey Builder. And Web Studio is used to create some cloud pages, and whoever take some action on the cloud page, they can be entered directly into the Marketing Cloud. And creating a cloud page is also easy, similar to the way that we create the emails. Creating the cloud page is also easy, like we can just simply drag and drop the elements and then see how they're looking. And then when they're hosted on the website, and anybody who is taking some action like filling in their profile information and clicking on sign in or register or some action they take, the data will come directly into the Marketing Cloud and they can be entered into a journey and they can be sent some regular communications. And using these cloud pages, we can also track how many people have filled in the information, what is the page view or conversion rates, and everything can be tracked. And Automation Studio is one of the, it is named as the studio, but it is not actually a studio. For the studios, we discussed that studio is the individualized channel, but it's an exception for the automation studio. Automation studio is used to create some automations. There are many different kinds of automations, types of automations that can be created. It could be a SQL query or a SSJS or an import activity where we want to import an external file into the Marketing Cloud, or we want to create a subset of the data extension. We want to run some SQL queries, and everything can be automated using the automation studio. And this is heavily used to extract, transform, and load the data, to refine the data, to get only the records that are more meaningful to us. Let's say we have 1,000 records and we want to target email communications only to some people who meet a filter criteria. Let's say I want to target only to the people in California. Then I want to segment out the list, the data extension, and use only those people to send the email communication. So all this can be segmented and the process can be automated using the Automation Studio. And Journey Builder is another powerful tool within the Marketing Cloud. It is used to send personalized communications to each contact. So each contact can have their own path, their own kind of communications, depending on their past behavior or depending on their attributes. Let's say, as you see here in the right side, we have different steps and different paths. So we can check if a customer belongs to a certain region. So then route them through the path 1, where they will receive email communications. And if they are more active on the over the text communications, then route them through the SMS, sending them text messages. And there are many ways that we can segment, we can include this flow conditions within the journey. And as and when the contacts enter the journey, their attributes, the values that they have on their record, it will be checked, and depending on the value match, they will be routed through different paths. So that's how they can receive the personalized communications. As I said, it's all about sending the right messages at the right time to the right people on the right channel. So this Journey Builder can be used to check what channel they're most active on and send them, and also check whether they have opened the previous email or not, and then decide whether to send the next email or not. And also when is the best time the contact is most likely to read the email. We can also set some use some Einstein features and decide when is the right time to send the email. So all this can be done within the Journey Builder. And Audience Builder is a place where we manage all the contacts, not just the, it's like across all the studios within the Marketing Cloud. We have so far seen Email Studio, Mobile Studio, Social Studio, Advertising Studio. So a contact can be present across email channel and the SMS channel as well. And if the contact exists as 2 different people in 2 different studios, then we're not getting an integrated view of a single contact. So Contact Builder can be used to create a unified view. It tags the contact across all the studios and creates a single record. Let's say we have the Salesforce record ID as the unique ID, and we can tie together their email data, their mobile data, and their advertising on engagement, everything tied on one record itself. So we don't need to have a contact exist in multiple channels as multiple persons. So we can all have an integrated view of all the customers using this Contact Builder. And in the Contact Builder, we would be able to create some relations between different data extensions. And if you want to sync data, or if we want to connect the data with the Sales Cloud and get it to the Marketing Cloud, this is all can be configured within the Contact Builder. And Content Builder is used to manage all the content. So this is more particular to the email and the SMS messages. So this is where we can manage all the assets that goes into the messages, emails, the content blocks that goes into the email, the images, the links, everything, the files that are used, and all the assets that are used can be also tagged. So it would be easy to search on the tags as well, not just by the names. And from here, we would be able to see preview and do some test sends and create some reusable content and use it across different emails or the messages. So Content Builder is basically a place where we manage all those assets, create them, manage, upload them, and then create reusable blocks. And Analytics Builder, as the name says, it's to check all the engagement data, the behavior, the reports, or whatever email sends that are going. There are a couple of reports that are already available within the Marketing Cloud. You can customize them a bit, and then you can add something to the existing reports and then schedule them or send them to an FTP, or you can have them emailed to you. So there are various reports that are available. You can use the one that is most appropriate. And if some of the reports in there are not able to meet the requirement that you are trying to achieve, then you can go ahead with creating some SQL queries that interacts with the data views, and the send logs are the places or another tables which store the data that is related to the tracking information. So if the report is able to meet the requirement, then we can use the report. If not, on the next level, we can use the data views and the send logs. An Interaction Studio is an advanced tool. So it is used to get a customer engagement across all the channels, across the Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. It's all integrated with the Salesforce, and we have that integrated view already. But let's say the client is using different platforms, not just Salesforce and Marketing Cloud. They're using some other tools like HubSpot or the MailChimp, or for social media management, they're using some other tools. So the data is all discrete and siloed. So a contact can exist in different tools, different platforms, and that is not all integrated. And with the point of sale, when somebody express an interest or sign up at the kiosk, so that data is all siloed. So Interaction Studio is about checking a customer's engagement across all the channels and all the touch points, and depending on their engagement, it will suggest the next best action. So and offers real-time suggestions or product suggestions, or the next best step to suggest to the particular contact. This is an advanced studio. Not every company uses this. I have seen very few companies using this Interaction Studio. And there are some other products which can be integrated with the Marketing Cloud. This is Google Analytics 360. If you want to integrate the analytics data with the external tools as well. So we have seen the Analytics Builder within the Marketing Cloud that is used to measure, track the performance for the data that comes within the Marketing Cloud. If we want to compare the data across different channels, different tools as well, then we can export the data from Marketing Cloud. We can integrate that using Google Analytics 360 and use it in the analytics data. And that data again can be visible in the Marketing Cloud. That can be accessed. The Marketing Cloud journey or any other email sends that could be displayed here. And distributed marketing is again, it comes as a package. And if we want to have non-technical members do some email sends within the Marketing Cloud. So I have seen many clients express that Marketing Cloud doesn't look the same as Salesforce, and it needs a learning curve and also not so easy navigating in the Marketing Cloud. And if the company includes people who have more non-technical users, and if they have some complexity learning Marketing Cloud, we would want to encourage them to do the email sends. They would be able to send the emails from within the Salesforce itself without even logging into the Marketing Cloud. The email basically will be in the Marketing Cloud and everything will be set in the Marketing Cloud. But the non-technical members could access the content in the Marketing Cloud from within the Salesforce. That can be done using this distributed marketing. This is the package. So this is an tool that can be used from within the Salesforce itself, and the people can access the content in the Marketing Cloud. They can look at the data that is in there and then update, customize it a bit, and then do the email sets. Datorama is another analytics and powerful visualization tool. You might have heard about this one. And so a little bit of the Datorama capabilities come out of the box within the Marketing Cloud itself. So Datorama reporting for Marketing Cloud is available within the Marketing Cloud. So wherein the data within the Marketing Cloud can be used for the Datorama reporting, and some visualizations and some reporting will be done. So that comes free of cost within the Journey Builder. And MC Connect, as we have seen before, it is used to integrate Salesforce with the Marketing Cloud. So the Salesforce, when I say, it could be Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Commerce Cloud, Experience Cloud. And when we have this MC Connect enabled, it also helps to send emails using Salesforce reports and campaigns. So if we have a report or a campaign that is already created in the Salesforce, from the Marketing Cloud, we would be able to access that report and send to all the contacts within that report. And also from the Salesforce, we would be able to send emails to specific contacts and to specific reports as well. And so that is a high-level overview of all the builders. I know it will be overwhelming to learn about all the studios and builders all at once. But trust me, not every company will use all the studios and all the builders. So email studio is the common, and the most common is the mobile studio and advertising studio, and next is the social studio. So if somebody is planning to get started with the Marketing Cloud, then I would suggest to look at the email marketing concepts. So get started with that, and then slowly add to that by learning about mobile studio and social studio and other things. So there are quite a good number of resources that are available. Trailhead is the #1 place. It has a lot of modules that are related to the Marketing Cloud. And Salesforce, they have these events, they conduct these regular webinars wherein they have a lot of sessions that are related to getting started. So getting started with Social Studio, getting started with the Advertising Studio. They have these sessions. So the session keeps happening every month in different time zones as well. You can find out these sessions and can attend those sessions to get started. Those are all very high level, just like introduction webinars. So you can attend them to get some basic high level overview. And there are some other sites and blogs that are available, which I would like to recommend. So SFMC Curated is a mega blog. I can say it's a curated blog wherein, let me pull that screen up. I'm trying to find that screen. Okay, I hope you are able to see the screen. So SFMC Curated, this hosts all the information that is related to the Marketing Cloud, Datorama, Podot, and Interaction Studio, and all this, any blogs or any videos or any help documents that are available specific to these products that are all curated. And instead of going to the Google and searching everything, this is like a refined search where you can say, you can search on something and you will get a list of all the resources that match this. And there are different type of content like the blogs or the documents or the webinars or YouTube videos, and the tags are available. If you want to check some data that matches a specific tag, you can check on that. And different sources. These are the various blogs and various YouTube channels or some help documents and all these things that are curated. And so far, this is the number of content, the number of sources that are integrated, and you can also sign up for the feed. So this is easier way to find something that is related to the Marketing Cloud for or later on. And some other resources that I would recommend is, so this is my blog, and in here I have created this SFMC and Podot resources. This is more related to the videos, maybe webinars or the YouTube videos, and also any of the user group meetings that are done and are uploaded. Any user group does any sessions, I make sure that I include all their channels as well. So these are some of the YouTube channels that are available for the Marketing Cloud, conducted by various user groups or various people. So this is all in here, and various boot camps that were done earlier. This is a list of all boot camps. Again, they're all available in the Trailblazing Together YouTube channel. And these are all various technical topics, technical sessions that happen on the Marketing Cloud and on the Podot. You can find a consolidated list of all these things here. And this is the YouTube channel where there are a lot of videos that are related to the Marketing Cloud. So in here, the Marketing Cloud, there are a couple of sessions on the Interaction Studio, Marketing Cloud Consultant Bootcamp, Administrator Bootcamp, Developer Bootcamp, and this is like 12-day bootcamp or 10-day bootcamp. So there are a lot of content that you can cover. And coming to the career in Marketing Cloud, so there is one trail on the trailhead. There is this career path that is available. So it has a detailed information about the different roles, and the detailed information is also available in the respective trails. And most often I hear some people express interest in the Marketing Cloud, but they're not sure whether Marketing Cloud would be the best option for them or not. So if you are switching from a different platform, you need not be an expert in Salesforce. So having a knowledge in Salesforce is useful, and some places it is important, because when we integrate Marketing Cloud with Salesforce, then we need to be aware of at least some of the concepts in Salesforce and how the objects work and how the fields are captured, the flow works, flags can be set. So the basic information is required, but not it's not a mandatory requirement that one need to know Salesforce. And any person from any other career, maybe they are using another marketing tool or no marketing experience at all, then Marketing Cloud is easy to learn. But there are some downsides I will discuss later. But learning wise, it's easy to learn, and you can choose what you want to do. If you're good at content creation, you can be an email content creator. And if you are good at maintaining data, so there are various roles that are identified within the marketer's space. The demand generation or the B2B marketer is like creating more leads, how to find more leads, or how to create more revenue, how to convert the leads into contacts. So we know, right, when a lead expresses interest, so how they become contacts. So how can we make a person, an unknown visitor, submit their information and then send them targeted information, and then have them interested in our product, and then engage them, and then finally convert them into your contact. This is all about lead generation and lead conversion, and also upselling and cross-selling. So recommending some similar products or some other products, upgraded products, and encouraging them to purchase. So this is all are the responsibilities of the demand gen marketer. And marketing analytics manager is all into tracking the performance of the campaigns, the emails that are sent, how the engagement has been, how the increase of revenue has been. Is the money well spent, or is there something that needs to be corrected, or If the campaign doesn't generate much revenue, then what is the next level, next action to go with? So this is all taken care by the marketing analytics manager. And the email marketer, as we have seen before, it's all about creating the great content and also making sure that it's driving more conversions and getting more ROI. And also, email marketer needs to be aware of all the compliances that are in place, like say the CAN spam rules or the GDPR rules or the California Act. So there are, as per the region and the country, there are many rules that are in place. So when we are sending emails, we need to make sure that the email is in compliance with the rules and the laws that are in place. And data science and operations is all about, it's like a big picture of how Marketing Cloud fits into the overall architecture of the entire company technical space. So they have different tools and they want to integrate all the tools. So how the data flow happens, what the data integrity, how can it be managed, the data quality, how can it be done. So there's a lot of things that needs to be considered, and all this can be taken care by the data science and operations manager. And if someone is not technical and they prefer to be non-technical, then they can also go as a product owner. So they can be a product owner or a solutions architect, a BA or a solution architect, wherein they just need to know what are the capabilities of the Marketing Cloud, what are the features and functionalities, but not really like how to set up a journey or how technically achieve something. So BA is one, BA or the solutions architect is one option. And also, if you are more into development, then Marketing Cloud has a different version of the development language, which is called the AMP script, and also some APIs that are available to the Marketing Cloud. And SSJS is used in the Marketing Cloud, and also some GTL guided template language is used. So just like in the Salesforce, we do have this customized Apex or the LWC. In the Marketing Cloud as well, we can make use of the AMP script and the SSJS. If you are into development and you want to work more on the development, and you can be a Marketing Cloud developer as well. And an administrator is somebody who configures, sets up users, and configures all this delivery aspects, and make sure that all the compliance is all in place. The from addresses, the IP, SAP, and all these things will be taken care of by the administrator. And for somebody who is looking for a career in the Marketing Cloud, it's also beneficial if you have done some certifications. So these are the available Podot and Marketing Cloud certifications. So in the Marketing Cloud itself, there are 4 certifications. So as you have seen, there are so many builders and so many studios and so many capabilities that are within the Marketing Cloud. So for that reason, we have 4 different certifications. The admin certification tests on the admin functionalities. The developer certification tests on the development aspects. And the email specialist is more related to the email creation, content creators. And the consultant is somebody who should be aware of all the things. So they would be given a use case, then they would be able to come up with an idea, with a suggestion. And it's like a big picture, a high level architecture, and everything comes under the consultant. This is all the detailed information about these certifications. And if you really want to get started with the Marketing Cloud, so there are so many questions. So I have people reach out to me and ask for guidance. So most often I hear from people is how to get started. So I shared in the previous slide some of the useful resources. And when you are stuck, you have the community to hold you back. So many people like me are always willing to offer their guidance and suggest what is best for you. And if you have any technical challenges, if you want to know anything in specific, then Stack Exchange is one place. And also on the Salesforce chatter group, we have this Marketing Cloud group. You can also join that group and you can post your questions in that group. You can also get answers there. Stack Exchange is another place. And How to SFMC is a team of Sales or Marketing Cloud experts, and they have this content, and they have the blog where all the content is posted, and they have a team, they have a Slack channel wherein they address all the questions. And Marketing Cloud Learning Camp is also one of the Slack channel. As I said, this is the group that I have founded, and we have actively creating content to help people learn Marketing Cloud. So there is a Slack channel for this, and you can get answers in this channel as well. There are currently around like 1800 plus members in that group. And if you want to find a mentor, I see most people reach out to me on LinkedIn. I respond to most messages. I may miss 1 or 2 messages in between when I'm busy, but I make sure that I respond to them. So you can reach out to somebody and you can ask them for the guidance. There is no harm in asking. So if it works out, if they're able to guide, then you will be winning. So you can get some guidance through that way. There is some Trailblazer mentorship program as well, but that is more generic. So that is more oriented to the people who are in the Salesforce, but not something more specific to the Marketing Cloud. So if you want to get more information about the Marketing Cloud, then reach out to a person on LinkedIn or some other channels and request them for their guidance. And developer orgs. This is the challenge, the biggest challenge that we all have, and we all get asked very frequently if there are any available. Even we want to have some developer orgs to demo some of the features, but there is no way that we can get a developer org. Just like if we want to learn Salesforce, we can get the free developer org, we can sign up and practice everything that we learn in the Trailhead, in that developer org. But with the Marketing Cloud, there is no org as such that we can use to learn. There is some workarounds that we can do in the Trailhead. There are some simulator modules wherein that just displays the UI, and you can feel now how the UI looks like, where are the different options are displayed. So that is one way. And also most of the sessions that are conducted, they have this detailed demo included. So I know that it's a challenge, and all of the leaders know it's a challenge. So whenever we do a session, we make sure that we have a detailed demo. So people who do not have access to the Marketing Cloud also, they will get to see and understand how things work in the Marketing Cloud. And again, in the Marketing Cloud, there are no sandboxes as such, where we can create a full copy sandbox or the developer sandbox from the existing Marketing Cloud instance. There is no such thing that exists in the Marketing Cloud. So there are other workarounds, like we just go ahead and purchase another Marketing Cloud instance, but those the two instances will not be related. It's completely a different instance of the Marketing Cloud. Or there is a concept called a business unit, which is like a parent business unit and a child business unit. They can be linked together, and you can isolate some of your testing work to one BU. You can do all your testing and development work in one BU, and all the production happens in the other BU. You can have a BU or a separate Marketing Cloud instance, but sandboxes are not available. This is just a workaround. And oftentimes there is a confusion between what is Pardot and what is Marketing Cloud. What are the differences? So basically, these two are the communication tools. These two are the automation tools that are used to send out communications to the contacts and to keep them engaged and convert them and encourage them to take the next steps. But their basic features, like in Pardot, it is mainly used to target the B2B customers, like most business to business customers. So when we have identified somebody who may be interested, then we can do some lead generation, lead nurturing. So we can follow some steps for nurturing them, for converting them. And those all features are available within the Pardot, and those are not available within the Marketing Cloud. So Marketing Cloud is more of like after sales, or after lead is converted to your contact, then we want to send them some product recommendations or ask them to sign up or go paperless. So all communications can be done within the Marketing Cloud. It can be seen as if we visualize a funnel and all the contacts coming in from the top of the funnel. So Pardot can be used at the top of the funnel to get the leads, nurture them, and find out who is ready to convert, who is sales ready or marketing ready. And then through the funnel is the next tool is the Marketing Cloud, where the contacts are more like customers, more people who are interested in or like who are already people in the system. So we can send them further communications to engage them or to send them relevant communications. And there are some companies which use both Pardot and Marketing Cloud for these two different reasons. And some companies who are low in budget, they just stick with one tool and they try to work around the features. So let's say the lead nurturing and the lead generation features are not available within the Marketing Cloud, but there are many other benefits by using Marketing Cloud because it integrates easily with the Mobile Studio, Advertising Studio, Social Studio, and the Salesforce and all other studios as well. Automation and Journey Builder is much more advanced in Marketing Cloud than in Pardot. Pardot also has its own version called the Engagement Studio and some other different features, but Marketing Cloud has more advanced features. So if you want to go with Marketing Cloud, but still do the lead nurturing process within the Marketing Cloud, so the workaround could be we can create some automations or we can create some script activities that does the lead generation within Marketing Cloud. So it won't be out of the box, but we can do some automation and create that. So that is all for today. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information as well, but this is just like an overview of what Marketing Cloud is capable of. And if you want to get started, what are the different ways that you can get started? And we can now look at the questions. If you have any questions.
Yeah, so I think there are some questions posted here. Okay, let's go through the first one. So I want to take a Marketing Cloud certificate, and maybe you can, I mean, I think you covered variety certification details, but for the specific exam for the beginner, probably what are the major content they need to focus? I guess that's the question.
So if you are beginning with the Marketing Cloud and you're planning to take a certification, then I would say it depends on your experience. Let's say you have already worked with some other marketing tool like a MailChimp or some tool which is more about sending email communications or creating emails, then I would say email marketing, email specialist certification would be a good start. So because it is more relevant to the work that you have done before. And if you do not have that previous experience, but you have some background information, like if you're coming from Salesforce or if you are coming from digital marketing technology, and you're just aware of how it all works, then I would say start with the Marketing Cloud Administrator certification. And then Marketing Cloud Administrator is a prerequisite for the consultant certification, and email specialist is the prerequisite for the developer certification.
Okay, and there was another question before actually the session. Do we have to have Salesforce Administrator certification for any of marketing career paths?
It's good to have. Okay. It depends on the company. So the demand for the Marketing Cloud experts is very hot, and there are few resources that are available in the market. So I have seen many companies, they're just taking people who have experience with any other tool, not just the Marketing Cloud. They're ready to get the people who have similar experience and then train them on the Marketing Cloud. So not all the times it is required to have the certification, but it's good. It adds some weight on the resume. So if you have competition, then you will stand out among other people.
Okay, great. So there's another question on the certification also. SMMC developer certification. I think someone posted it's coming up for him, but he couldn't find any material on TradeHail or anywhere. So I guess lots of resources he shared. Probably that might have some of the things, but you can highlight on specifically for the developer certification of SFMC.
Yeah, I have posted that link for the playlist. I'm also trying to find some blogs as well. So I would also suggest to search for the recent blogs. So they have all the information if any topics have been added. So I would generally search for the blogs that were written within the last year. So, and I have a couple of blogs already collected, some other links. I'm trying to find that. Let me quickly find that information. So this developer bootcamp has, this is a 5-day bootcamp, and this is done by all the experts. So it has all the information that is required. But on the developer certification as well, it doesn't test in depth about all the developer concepts. It asks for some of the functions, some of the SQL APIs that are available. You can just yeah, while we talk, I will be able to get that information and share it here in the chat. We can move on with the next question.
Okay. So are there other limitations besides sandboxes in Marketing Cloud? Like governor limits or something like that, which we have on Salesforce?
One thing that needs to be considered within the Marketing Cloud is how the Marketing Cloud billing is done is, so when we purchase the Marketing Cloud, it comes with the edition, what kind of edition that we want to purchase, and also the number of contacts. We'll say, I want 45,000 contacts or the 1 million contacts. So for that number of contacts, we will be paying. If, let's say, we have purchased 45,000 contacts in the Marketing Cloud, we can have those many contact records. If there is more contact or lead records in the Marketing Cloud, they will be counted and they will be billed. At the end of the billing cycle, you will get the billing for the additional contacts as well. So I have purchased for 45,000 contacts and there are 2 million contacts overall in the Marketing Cloud. So I will get billed for all those additional contacts. So that is something which we need to keep in mind. So I have seen clients who purchase for 1 million, but they have a huge customer base like 6 million or 9 million or 12 million, and they want to send out communications regularly or to some customers occasionally. So all of them come to the Marketing Cloud, and some of the contacts to whom the occasional communications are sent also, they will be maintained in the Marketing Cloud. They will be counted towards the billable contacts. So in that cases, we can automate and delete those contacts, and we can reduce the count to make sure that we're not paying extra. And also other thing that needs to be considered in the Marketing Cloud, which is different, is the super messages. So everything is like the cost is measured in terms of the super message. Let's say I send an SMS message, which is too long. It is calculated as maybe 2 super messages, or one email sent is calculated as 1 super message. If I send it as an immediate and a priority one, then it may be calculated as 10 super messages. So it's like the currency that we use, right? The same way in the Marketing Cloud, to generalize the different types of communications, different priorities of we use. So it is calculated in the form of super messages. So depending on how we set the communications, how we send them out, it is calculated as those many super messages. So 1 email, 1 super message. 1 MMS costs as 10 super messages. So that's something which we need to keep in mind whenever we are sending some communications.
Okay. And on the builders, like for example, journey builders, are there any specific limitation you can make specific the range of journeys, or there's no limitation on that?
There is no limitation, but as we all know, the more then it impacts the performance. And also when we are creating a journey, there are a lot of things that we need to keep in mind. Let's say the data extension that is used for the journey, that cannot be used for many journeys all at once. So that may be an impact on the performance, and too many automations also may be an impact on the performance, because Marketing Cloud, all the instances are hosted on a central server, which is shared for all the shared between different clients. So it's a shared resource. So how we are using also is impacted, and also the type of communications that we are sending, the email communications, the SMS messages. So each one has its own limitations. So if we talk about one in specific, then I can list a lot of limitations. And within the journey builder, each activity, each step has its own limitations. So whenever we are using a feature, I would just go and look at the best practices and the considerations. That could be a best starting point.
Okay. And so there are lots of time there's confusion or deep understanding required between Pardot and Marketing Cloud. Is there specific, I mean, you want to highlight if you want to understand differently any other resources for those differentiation?
Yeah, I often see this. So many people have the same question. Pardot and Marketing Cloud, both are the same kind of tools. But on a very, very higher level, one thing I would say is what I have observed with the clients is they prefer to use Pardot. Why? Because Pardot is similar, is all available in the Salesforce. So with the SSO on, they could access Pardot and all the features from within the Salesforce itself. They don't need to log into any other external tool. The UI looks similar, and learning curve for Pardot is very less. But with the Marketing Cloud, the UI is completely different, and how we navigate, how we do one activity, it looks more complicated, more complex in the Marketing Cloud, because it is more advanced and it has so many features that we can include. So for the beginners, it may be a little bit overwhelming. That's the reason I kept saying take it slow, start with the email builder, email studio, and then add up on that. So learning curve is more. And I have recently worked for a client who preferred to use Pardot, not just for any of the capabilities, but just for letting the non-technical users send email communications, because Pardot is much easier. Login to Marketing Cloud is like additional step, additional learning curve, and complexity with the UI and all these steps. So that's one basic, very basic level, the difference between Pardot. But on the technical level, Pardot is more used to get unknown customers, to get information about the people whom we don't know at all. So if let's say we have a website, we can collect all those people who are visiting those websites, collect their information, get them into the system as visitors, and as and when they are revisiting, or if they are providing more information about them, like let's say they fill up a form and say their first name, last name, and their interest, then we get adding more information on the visitors, and later we convert them into prospects. They become prospects when they give their information, and we convert those prospects into leads, and then the leads get converted into contacts. All this can be done within the Pardot. And after sales, and after they're more engaged, and after we have got more information about them, then Marketing Cloud would be used. And major benefit of Marketing Cloud is it seamlessly integrates with the Mobile Studio. And within the journeys, we can send email communications, mobile communications, or add those contacts to the ad campaign or the ad audience. So we can do everything in the journey, in the Marketing Cloud journey. And if we were to use Advertising Studio with Pardot, with Marketing Cloud it's pretty much easy. But with Pardot, then we need to do Marketing Cloud Connect. Even though we need not have Marketing Cloud, we can integrate Pardot and Advertising Studio. But if we want to integrate Mobile Studio, I don't think if there is any capability available as of now. The similar way for the Social Studio. So I have seen clients using external tools, not the Salesforce suite of tools like the Social Studio or the Mobile Studio. They're using some other two external tools and integrating that data with the Pardot.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, so I think, yeah, that's all questions I see overall on the chat. If anyone has any questions, please unmute yourself and you can ask right now, and then we can move to the quiz and the certification voucher giveaways. Okay, so looks like today's group is pretty quiet. But yeah, I guess if any question, just you can come back and ask. We're still here. So Jyotsna, do you have some quiz to go for the giveaways, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull that up. Or is it okay if I just post it in the chat? Post the question in the
Yeah,
chat.
sure. Yeah.